accept that and kind of move on with it, even if they're not very happy with the decision. But I don't feel as if that's affecting any academic or professional settings. At least I never noticed it. But I might as well just be blind at that point and just didn't notice. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. No, I don't know.
That's fine. I'm just quick. I'm hearing you guys. I'm just.
Don't worry.
So I'm back.
Huli, you don't hear very well?
I can't hear you guys very well. Can you repeat, please?
You don't hear very well, you say?
So while you got closer, I heard you better and I heard you very well. But if you're kind of laid back, I don't hear you guys very well. Okay, if you want, we can continue with the next that it is feedback. Group work. What? Feedback or group work? I don't know. I think it is feedback. Oh no.
I don't know you say.
But where is the next? Or if it was. Where is the next? Feedback. Okay. How is feedback usually given and received in your country? I'd say in Germany we're very open to feedback, and it's also not promoted. What's the word? Yeah, so we're also in school I was taught to give a good feedback also. So we kind of had a 5-point system that we're saying, I like this and that in your presentation. I didn't like that so much. I think that was great, but you could change that up a little bit, or that's my that's how I would do it. And kind of give a feedback that doesn't leave someone feeling bad afterwards. So it's very much promoted and giving directly in Germany, definitely. And I think it's it's something positive for a group if you're open to feedback, because sometimes maybe there's a perspective missing, or there's something you didn't think of, and it just helps you improve yourself even more. And I think that's pretty great. Yeah,
I think here it's so similar or the same, because the people is really open to have feedback. But also I think that the reaction that the people have to the other could vary on the way that the person give you the feedback. And really I think that here it's the same, because it's very common that, I don't know, in the university the teacher call you and give you a feedback, and the way that you can improve the skills or the things that they consider it's better for you. And I think that really are the same.
I don't know. Yes, I just say my partner. I were. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Our feedback is very important to the review, and
we can also skip to group work if you want.
Sorry.
We can also skip to group work if you want. If you
Yes, it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd say because Germany is a very individual country, so everyone. I'm sorry, that's my dramatic cat. We're very much focused on individuality and you as yourself. And so I'd say your personal success is definitely valued more than your group success. I'd say it kind of might be a little competition, therefore, because everyone is looking at trying to succeed more than the others. So if someone's very competitive and always looking how good are the others, and that it's that the work environment might get competitive, and that's not very great. So I don't know about other students. I heard that there are students that are very good at group work, and they're even doing better in group work. I know that I personally do better alone, actually. But usually it's the same as we talked before, that with the decision making there's a consensus or not. And sometimes there's a person that takes the lead, but that doesn't mean that they're deciding. It just means that they're looking, okay, what is the consensus, or what are the options, let's vote. I'd say depending on the person, I'm more structured, and others might like flexibility more. I don't know. So the work, so where I worked at, because I was at a company, it was very informal. It was very direct influence to the teamwork. The communication was very open. It was as well as flexible as structured. There weren't any professional titles or anything. It was just a very friendly work environment, but I also heard from people that didn't have that. But usually if I hear from anyone from their job, it's always a friendly environment, and there's supervisors are trying to have a good relationship with their colleagues, and it's usually very informal. Yeah, that's what I usually hear.
Okay.
Okay. I think here is more common an objective here to work in groups. In the university or in the job, it's common to work with a group or in pairs. How does that influence how people work together on projects? I think the communication is good, but each one have a task for doing. If you need to do something, the group the group talk and each person said what type of or what he or her or he wants to do, and the students here typically approach I don't know, book and here is or here I forget the idea. Here is value the work that each one do, but also is very important that you do a good job. Your part or the things that you do for the task or the work are in the correct form. I think we prefer the structures, specific instructions when we need to do something, and to finally, I think the communication could be formally or informally. It depends on the person and where you are. But if you talk with a teacher or with your partners, it's really informal, but it depends. The majority is informal. The majority of the time is informal.
Okay. Maybe my culture, the group suggests is often more value than individual suggest. People like to. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So, we will continue with work-life balance.
Okay. Yeah.
I think in Colombia it's so hard to have a balance with the work and the daily life, to share with family or do some activity or spend more time in the hobbies, because the people really spend the majority of their time in the work, in their jobs. And because here in Colombia it's not really a flexibility with the schedules or 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 something like that. But I think in this moment or with the young people, they look to have more time, and they look to find a balance with the job and the daily life. But I think in this moment it's a process, and 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 this month could be changed a little, but it continue being a little difficult. So I think it's more time in the on the enterprises to work on all things that involves to develop the tasks that the boss give them, that the time that they are spent for themselves.
Yes. I maybe in my culture having a good work-life balance is very important, but sometimes I can be difficult to achieve it. Many people in Colombia work long hours, especially in cities, and that can make it hard to spend time with family or relax. However, family is a big priority for youth, and so most people try to find time to share meals and celebration holidays or reset on weekends. The not waits young people are becoming more aware of mental health and personal times, and they try to balance work or studies with hobbies, sports, or spending time with a friend or other things we say. And I think that having balance doesn't mean working less, and it's made organize your time the better and know when the reset, and maybe a long working hours are something seen as a sign of the of as think of dedication. But personally I believe that behind productive and taking a care of your work behind is more important. And if you feel good, you can your job better. Sorry.
So I'd say in Germany, work-life balance is a really big thing right now, also because of the mental health and everything. And people are actively trying to get to politics with less hours and more what was it, less hours and more free time. I think it's also more about flexibility than anything else. If you're able to organize yourself with the way you're working, and also spending time with people you love, I think that's actually the goal. Because there's also, I don't know if it was a study, but something about if you're working 8 hours every day, usually you're only productive 4 of them. So there are 4 hours of your life you're just not really doing anything. And that's something that people are picking up on and trying to change by changing the schedule. And but I also think it's a progress if in comparison to how it was before, with parents and grandparents working and just kind of breaking from it and not being available for their children, and just losing so much time you're never getting back. And I think that's just something that should be changed. And therefore, I think work-life balance, no matter how you're doing it, if it's by hobbies, if it's by spending time with your family or anything, I think it's very important. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The last one is punctuality and time management. Well, I think here the punctuality is value, but it's really flexible. But also depends on the situation, because it's an informal meeting or a party, or I don't know, a dinner, something like that. You can, or it's not like come, but it's common to arrive late. I don't know if someone say it's at 7 p.m. Probably the people arrive at 7:30 or 8. Something related with it. But if it's I don't know, like as business meetings or universities, being on time is considered a sign of respect, responsibility, and professionalism. So I don't know, if you arrive late to an interview, it's like a irrespectful person, or that he or she isn't don't interested in the opportunity of the job. So I think it depends, but really our culture is very flexible with the schedule, or it's not really see that you be on time always.
Yes. Uh, the punctuality is, for me, is considered it's more important in my culture, but I can vary depending on the situation with say my partner. And in professional environments, I like work or schools, are people try to be on time because it shows respect on responsibility. Maybe however, I social situations being a few minutes and late is usually accept and not considered rules. And maybe in Colombia, behind on time and can mean arriving right than or, but the informal events like parties or a date or meeting with a friend, and people often arrive the 10 or 15 minutes later, and is part of our relaxed culture attitude. And personally, I think being punctuality and is a way to show that the value of their people's time and good time management. Helping you avoid stress and stay organized. And maybe in my experience, I say, people go deploying their children, and we are more productive and feel more confident.
So in Germany, it's usually if it's a formal setting, we're always punctual, mostly 15 minutes earlier, or 10 minutes earlier. But if it's the same thing. If it's a date or anything, it's okay to be late. I don't think it's specifically frowned upon, at least not anymore. I heard from my parents that was a thing. But I think with our generation now, that it's not as frowned upon, and that we're also a little more laid back now. And usually if someone's late, you're just texting the person. So yeah, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late. I missed the bus, anything like that. And then everything is fine if the person's very punctual. I share your opinion on punctuality with showing that you respect the other person's time, and just show that you value it. Yeah. I think that's
Okay, so I think we finished. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing with us the information.
Thank you too. Yeah, I wish you guys a great day. And it was great talking to you again.
Same.
Thank you.